Hello, it's Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan. Wherever you may be, however you may be listening. We are on Google Podcasts and Spotify. So I'm going to jump right into the main topic today. Doug Peterson is out of Philadelphia. And one thing I love about football, when you think about it, in baseball, your manager is gonna be there for a while. They're there for the long haul normally. You can be bad for 1 year in the NFL and get fired. It doesn't matter how good you were in the past, you can get fired. Peterson won it was only 2 years ago where Peterson won a Super Bowl against Belichick. And like I said yesterday, I thought this was a good move, and I thought Philadelphia was a good spot for a coach. But the owner in a press conference said Doug didn't deserve to be let go. I'm going to repeat that. Doug didn't deserve to be let go. The owner said that. The NFL changes so quick. If you told me a year ago that Doug Peterson would get let go by the Eagles with Carson Wentz, the MVP a year and a half ago, with a healthy offense, with Fletcher Cox, with Darius Slay, I would have called you crazy. But here's why I'm a little skeptical of the Eagles being a good job for a coach, financial-wise as well. Their last three coaches, Andy Reid, Chip Kelly, and Doug Peterson, all had winning records but were fired after one bad year. Andy Reid made it to a Super Bowl and won made it to 5 NFC championships. One bad year, fired. Peterson won a Super Bowl against Belichick, fired. Chip Kelly had a winning record. One bad year, he's out. And not only that, they are a mess at QB. They don't know what they're going to do. And I think this. Wentz is talented. I think he is. And I think he can go anywhere else and play pretty well. The problem is they got Jalen Hurts, who works well there right now. But I'm honestly questioning their job there and how they're running things over there. Alright, so Mac Jones yesterday was incredible. 5 touchdowns, no picks. I'm trying to evaluate this guy. Because I don't know how good he really is in the NFL. How good he'll really be. Because I don't recall ever seeing, in the last 10 years, a good quarterback from Alabama. Hurts looks like he's going in the right direction. Tua, we don't know. It's a question mark there. And here's why. At Alabama, in the last 10 years, you never trail. You're never hurried. You have great running game. You have a phenomenal coach. And you have great wideouts that are always open. Especially him. He has Devontae Smith. Always at least very open. Here's an interesting thing. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees. Neither of them ever made a CFP championship. They were hit a lot. They always played from behind. And they didn't have a legendary coach. And look how well they did. Justin Herbert is bigger, stronger, and a better athlete than Mac Jones. And it's because... And Oregon's a good Oregon's a good program, but it's not Alabama. So it's tough to evaluate this guy. I don't know how much I like him. And top 12 picks don't get what he got at Alabama. They don't get receivers always open. They don't get a legendary coach. They don't get, a great running game. But here's what I like about Mac Jones, and here's why I'm not completely down on him. He does what he has to do. The timing and the placement, the ball placement is perfect for him. He can find people and throw it over the top very well. And he puts it in the right place for his receivers to catch it when they're open. And he could do that in the NFL, I think. He could translate that. But it's tough. He might be a lot better than people think because, he doesn't look like a very good athlete. He doesn't have a special arm, but he does what he has to win. So there's things you like and dislike about this guy. Personally, I'm not going to evaluate him too much until he has a couple years in the NFL because that's just good sense. All right, so the Dolphins have a third pick for the only time in the next about 10 years they probably will have. People have been talking about Tua going out, especially considering Watson wants out. And he said, I'd go to the Dolphins for Tua. Justin Fields, Miami, I think I heard a report that they might actually seriously consider moving off Tua. If the Jets, like I said, should trade down their pick to draft someone else and give Darnold another year under the new coach. And if that happens, or if they just get their second pick and use it on someone else, like a defensive player or a corner, but I don't think they should do that at all. But say they do that and they don't go with Justin Fields, he could fall to Miami. Fields at Miami, I don't know how he'll do there, but honestly, honestly, it's not even something to look at right now for me. You give young people time, like Tua. Tua is 6-3. The problem is he doesn't look special. And as a QB, you're held to higher standards in your first year. You saw Burrow do it with a bad front office. You saw Herbert do it under a struggling coach who didn't exactly make the right calls late in the game. The reason I don't think anyone really worried about Allen his first year is because, yes, he struggled, but he was 6'6" and had a cannon of an arm. Tua is small, and he has, it just doesn't seem like he can get much better. And the Dolphins have to play Josh Allen twice. So next 10 years, that's 20 times playing him. And if you're not winning your division with your quarterback, you're in a tough position there. And the thing is, the Dolphins, what if I told you a team with a phenomenal coach, a great defense, and a great special teams didn't make the playoffs? Oh, why didn't they make the playoffs? Who's their quarterback? It's a guy named Tua Tagovailoa. I think that's something people are looking at, but I'm not doing that. Not yet. Honestly, the way I see it, who's their quarterback? Oh, it's a rookie. All right, give him time. That's how I look at it. All right. So Alright, so it is time for the breaking news around all leagues, NBA, NFL, MLB, I don't know, mostly NFL. Alright, so Eagles owner says Wentz will bounce back. So there's your answer to the Wentz situation. Very fixable. When the owner says he doesn't deserve to be fired, that tells you something. Peterson won a Super Bowl only 2 years ago and won a division last year. I know he's in a bad division, but if you're winning it, as long as you're in the playoffs, you have a chance to win the Super Bowl. And they have time to develop. This bad division is a jackpot for the Eagles. They can develop while also winning the division and being in the playoffs every year and getting experience. That's great there. I see this as a reactionary fire. If you pay Wentz, I think this is a reactionary fire. He was a good coach. He shouldn't have been on the hot seat. Honestly, I know there's something about him and Wentz not getting along. Honestly, if he's paying you $25 million a year, get along, please. There's a lot another reason why I don't really like the Eagles as a head coaching job is because there's a lot of ego on the Eagles. Like I said, Wentz can work somewhere else. I don't know. This is a tough call there because it doesn't seem like it was the right call, but maybe it is. I don't know. Okay, so I really like this. Dan Quinn has been hired as the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. Now, this is a great hire. You see, like right now, you're seeing Todd Bowles do well with the Bucs. He was incompetent as a head coach for the Jets. But as a defensive coordinator, he's done very well. I don't know if the Bucs have the best defensive talent, but with him as a coordinator, they're doing well. Former head coaches are always great coordinator hires. And he knows what he's doing, and he understands personnel. He's a great coach, or a great hire. And he wasn't a bad coach, not at all. He made it to the Super Bowl, so I like that hire a lot. But then again, could be wrong. All right, so Mayfield is the oldest AFC quarterback left. The oldest AFC quarterback left, Mayfield. He was drafted 2 years ago. NFC has all the old guys. Brady is 43, Breeze is 41, turning 42 soon. Rodgers is 37, and Goff is 26. So the NFC's youngest quarterback in Goff is older than the oldest quarterback in the AFC. The AFC has Mayfield 25, Mahomes 25, Jackson 24, Allen 24. They got a lot of young guys there. And the Jags are getting Lawrence, so that's another young QB. AFC has a great young quarterback core. That's going to be exciting to watch soon. I can't wait for that. Alright. So, congrats to Alabama for winning yesterday. The 6th title in 11 years. Nick Saban's 7th. The problem with the dominance, which I explained yesterday, is it's not interesting. The NBA is fatigued on LeBron running a league for 10 years. He's still running it for the 11th year. This year he isn't. You kind of see a slight decline, but it's kind of like Brady. Like,